mess around the facts.
I work in an office, I look out my window, what do I see? A bunch of brick, a bunch of concrete, a bunch of people just like me. Holding on for the weekend, the water is waiting, it's time to cruise. Change my clothes, change my horizon, change my point of view. 360 degrees, nothing but blue sky and sea. The afternoon sunshine erases the 10 lines that I get from wearing short sleeves. Me and my beautiful girl drift in a beautiful world, as far as the eye can see. 360 degrees.
Mr. Barry Coggins, everybody.
Mr. Kevin Douglas, everyone.
Thank you, Barry.
Thank you, Kevin.
So we're sitting out here on the deck this morning, telling tales from the road. Got Barry Coggins, Kevin Douglas over here. They are 360 degrees.
Well, we started writing songs, first of all, in what, 1999? That's been 16 years.
In Nashville.
In Nashville. And then we started playing some music, but I just think Kevin's a great talent, and I know he loves me, so.
Plus, I lent him $4,000, and I'm still. I can't terminate the friendship, or I'll never get it back.
Okay. $20 a gig.
$5.
Here she comes walking with a smile on her face. Here's got a bargain at the neighbor's place. Strumming that old Martin Garbanzo has to ask, how much did you pay for that? $5. That's all it was. I think there's a lot of like Hope and Crosby or Abbott and Costello.
Yeah.
Which one would you be?
Cheech and Chong.
Cheech and Chong. Mutual respect, you know.
But it was definitely, like, for me, based on just the songwriting. I thought Barry was a great songwriter, and then we just became good friends. He's my daughter's godfather. So
Olivia.
Yeah.
The Godfather.
He's the godfather.
That's
Make an offer you can't refuse.
And he stood on the front porch, sweat dripping from his brow. Said the ground's as dry as hardtack. It ain't no good to fight. We could lose everything to the sun. Where there once was running water, it's just Mississippi mud. Too wet, too low, too dry, too high, especially got a mind of her own. Feast the famine, praise all damn, and reach down in your soul. Pray to Jesus, brother, get on your knees and pray. From the Mississippi River, Lord, carry us away. Carry us away.
Sometimes, I think for probably the majority of my catalog, it's when you write, especially when you're writing full time, it's like being a truck driver or anything. You show up and then you get inspired after you know what I mean? You just start digging, and it usually springs out of conversation like this.
The process that Kevin was just talking about, a lot of times you don't know what you're going to write, and you just open the page, and then the muse comes and kind of takes you somewhere, and you just sort of go with it. And that's the way that's what the bridge talks about in our Journey song. Yeah, driving, we're working on the bridge. We have something like, it's an empty page, a full cup of coffee with a guitar in your hand, waiting for the muse to come and catch her if you can. Sometimes a song has a life of its own, you sit back and wonder as you watch it unfold, because you didn't know how it was going to end. It's not the destination. What is it? It's the journey.
It's all about the copyright.
Okay, bye.
It's an empty page, a full cup of coffee with a guitar in your hand. It's waiting for the muse to come and catch her if you can. And sometimes a song has a life of its own. You let go and wonder as you watch it unfold, 'cause you didn't know how it was going to end.
A little.
Oh yeah, that just.
I mean, that just popped up.
That just came out of the moment. It really did, because we had talked about, you know, when we were talking about doing this project, and you know, we had some ideas. Barry had the seed, really the nucleus of what that song was kind of going to be, but we tried to refrain from writing it too much until we got on the trip down here, and just to really truly see what would happen. Because there's some fear in that. Like, what if we get down here and we write a
Flatline.
What if we write a what if it doesn't happen? Or
And sometimes you have, like, I had read this quote, an African proverb: if you can walk, you can dance. If you can talk, you can sing. And I told it to Kevin. He goes, "Oh, man, we got to write that." So that one we knew what we were doing.
If you can walk, you can dance. If you can talk, you can sing. If you can dream and believe in a faith you can reach, you can do anything.
And but I'd say most of them we don't know. You just, what do you feel like? A lot of people will just start playing guitar and kind of feel that and see what kind of lyric pops into their head from what the music inspires. There's been we've written a lot of songs together, probably 100, and some of them take 3 or 4 sessions, so you can spend 3 or 4 hours together and just have a verse. So it doesn't really happen, but it kind of happens, and then you show up the next time and try to finish it. 1, 2, 3.
There's something about a boat, yeah, being on the water. I can't tell you how they float, no, but I know there's nothing better. Climbing on and kicking back, way back. Forget about your clock, tick tock, cruising fast or sailing slow. Either way, we're out at home. There's something about a boat. Hey man, it's a beautiful day. Out my feel the spray. Sunshine, take the worries away. Everything's gonna be okay.
I'm sure it's probably unique to, especially Nashville, the whole phenomenon of co-writing songs. Because you don't hear painters getting together and let's work on a painting together. and in Nashville, it's at least I found I really write with people that you really have to trust them and stuff. Because if you put forth an idea and you really feel like this is, like you talked about when you and Gary are together, how things branch out, you got to trust your co-writer where they're going, even if maybe you don't really see it yet. And I think that helps a lot with finishing songs and just, letting go and seeing where it goes.
Yeah.
That's how I imagine you guys when you're writing. You say something and you go, oh, there's a song there.
Yeah.
Natural human conversation is kind of like that. You start talking about Super Bowl and you end up talking about nuclear disaster.
That's not on the script, Barry.
No.
Yeah, thank you for that uplifting thought. Super Bowl, nuclear disaster. Count on that guy to bring you down, can't you? Thanks, Bear.
Don't worry. Well, you know what I mean. You can start off from A to Z and you end up somewhere.
Just smile and wave.
Yeah, smile and wave.
Walking down the street, smile and wave. Riding in a car, smile and wave. Share a little love, it's the secret of life. And who knows who could use a smile? Smile and wave. Smile and wave. Smile and wave. Smile and wave.
That's what's funny is you come off as that guy.
Yeah.
You're like
that guy.
Just the other night we were like talking about. He's like, let's not talk about death anymore. Let's just.
I'm known as the optimist.
He's the optimist.
Sure killed up, Buzz, didn't you?
See though, like as this develops, to see how other writers do it. I mean, because I just know how I write and how I write with Barry and stuff, and I'm just really it'll be fun to see how other people
Write the journey.
Yeah. We just did a gig last week or a couple weeks ago, and it was a little different setup than it was a corporate gig, and they wanted. We had a band, and Barry was playing percussion. He has like bottles and stuff that he plays, and he's really good at that. But it just so happened that the client that hired us was a drummer, and so he's mad because there's not a drummer in the band. So he tells his lady, who calls the guy that hires us. There's like a chain of command. When it gets to the fourth person, we get the text. Basically the client hates you. We're on in 25 minutes. If you can find a drummer anywhere, I'll pay them any price to get them there. That's the vibe going into the gig.
This is gonna be fun.
This is gonna be fun. We're just
Everybody smile.
turned out great. Yes,
and wave. Everybody smile and wave.
Yeah, we won them over with our love and our affection.
Strip do things regionally. We kind of really hit it hard when you go to a certain part of the country. Mm-hmm. Then you go home and really try to kind of grow that fan base and get to meet people. It just takes time. But if you have different areas you can try to hit. So what?
Yeah, really for 360 degrees, this is our road. This is where we come for the road.
It's not the destination, it's the journey. Barry Coggins, One Take Kevin Douglas, 360 degrees. Please make him welcome.
Thank you, Gary.
You're up with the sun, run 5 days a week. Don't drink too much, watch what you eat. You go to bed early, get a good night's sleep. You're the first one to work, you always stay late. Eat lunch at your desk, work for your breaks. Get 3 weeks vacation, you never take. Always living for tomorrow, you're missing the day. Put some life in your ears, put some fun in your life. You're so caught up in playing it safe, missing the thrill of the ride. When it's all said and done, we're so blessed to be here. It's not the years in your life that is most, the life in your years.
So you guys were at Studio G today with 360 degrees. Tell me, how did that go? First of all, were you nervous to start the day, or how did it start for you?
I was scaredless, but it turned out fine. We got up there 9 o'clock, walked in, One Take Kevin over there. I mean, it was perfect. We walked in, they went right straight through it. Peter was ready. He recorded everything, and we got some great footage, and it was a blast. Can't wait for everybody to see it.
But you talk about the road. Kevin plays some music in China. Now that's going on the road.
I'll tell the good part because there's been some rough parts. But last year we played. It was I don't remember what anniversary, but the Chinese Philharmonic in Beijing, and we played with them for their anniversary show, and it was on television in China, and it really was just it was just luck, I mean, we he just started off as this idea, brainstorming, like you know, you're a brainstormer, and sort of like this project. And it just, next thing you know, we're actually in China playing with the symphony. I couldn't believe it. It actually went down, because most of the time when you talk about stuff like that, it's well intentioned, but it really doesn't happen. But this thing turned out well.
Was it China where you couldn't get in your guitar case?
Yes. Yeah. TSA locked my case, and I didn't have my keys.
Oh.
So when I got over there, I couldn't get in my guitar case, and I'm like, I'm emailing people in Nashville, like, you know, what do I do? And guys that have been on the road, you know, doing tech support and stuff. I call our friend Dave Albro, who is a good friend, does a lot of.
He recorded the Bowjammers album.
Yeah, and he figured out, he guided me through how to break into my own guitar case. So that was. I forgot about that.
You had to be panicked.
I just couldn't believe it.
I guess this is a road story, because we haven't done a lot of road gigs together as 360, but the job we just played at Low Key Tiki was down in St. James City on Pine Island, and they had this wonderful setup where you stand behind the bar. You know, they come around you to get ice out of the thing, and there's a guy sitting right there. You're making eye contact, like as close as you are to me right now. It's wild, but it was fun.
So Barry and his band were doing a Christmas party, and like in Brentwood, Tennessee, or something. And Garrett and I were playing a Christmas party that same night, so we got done like an hour early. We're
a little bit away.
Yeah, not that far away. So we're like, let's go. Maybe we check out Barry and those guys playing. They're all friends of ours. And we get there and we see that they're already loading their gear out and stuff. And so we're kind of waiting outside for them, and nobody's coming out. So we decide to play a trick on them. So we go to, first I'm just going to do like the old school days, turn on the windshield wipers and stuff, but everything was electronic. I couldn't figure out how to do it. So I end up popping the hood on Barry's vehicle, just leaving the hood up, and we stole the kick drum from the drummer, put it in our car, drove about 50 yards away, and sat hunkered down and watched them come out of that place. And just
it was the weirdest thing.
Just the look on their faces as everybody's happy and all good, and the dawning when the hood is popped up, and then the drummer Tim Grogan, notices his bass drum.
His face was
his body language was pure Clint Eastwood. He just like stood to the world like with his arms out, like, who stole my drum?
And then meanwhile, Kevin and Garrett come rolling in, laughing their you-know-what off.
Oh, it was so funny.
We're not laughing. They're laughing.
Garrett was in tears. I mean, it was the hardest I've laughed as an adult, I think. Appreciate that.
It's funny because I think when somebody has a style that's successful, sort of a winner, they'll stick with it. Mm-hmm. You know, musically, books, movies, whatever it might be. So it's good to evolve as artists and change up the tempo and the feel. I think we urge people to live. You know, the song we have Here and Now we've been playing is, you know, I remember yesterday and I think about tomorrow, but I'm living in the here and now.
Yesterday and I think about tomorrow, but I'm living in the here and now. I remember yesterday and I think about tomorrow, but I'm living in the here and now. Girl likes to live in the past. She thinks the best years have passed her by. Homecoming queen of the class, always dated the popular guy. How can she be so blind to about tomorrow, but I'm living in the here and now. I remember yesterday and I think about tomorrow, but I'm living in the here and now. Works 12 hours a day, buys when it's low, sells when it's high, living for the stock exchange, trading his life for a slice of the pie. How can he be so blind to this moment? Time that's just waiting
people really respond to that song, even in a bar situation where, you know, we have a demo yet called "Did You Ever Think?" If you can walk, you can dance. If you can dream it, you can believe it. You can do it. You know,
great song.
People respond to that message, and then we have, of course, love and sex, and politics,
rock
and
and
religion. We're both Christians, you know. We have our walk of faith. Really think
even drunk people do.
Even drunk people do.
That's what's really great about certain places. Low-key tiki that Barry talked about earlier was sometimes it's hard to go into in that bar situation and they want to hear Brown Eyed Girl, stuff like that, Sweet Home Alabama. Those are great songs, and I wish I'd written them. But it's really great when you get a crowd that's actually listening to your song. There's nothing better. In the end, you know, it's a struggle. You're being an artist. You're trying to pay the bills, and you have a family, and you're doing all this, and you're trying to make that monetary exchange. But that is really why we do what we do. That was the greatest feeling. There was
a couple of the locals down there that kept telling me, we just don't get to hear music like this down here.
It's not the destination, it's the journey, it's the inspiration, not the money, it's the motion, not the arriving, it's not the view from the top, it's the climbing.
I think the future for music is bright in the sense that when I first got into music, it was very expensive to do a record. The equipment was very expensive. Nowadays, if you got a MacBook Pro, you can get incredible recording software, so it's a lot cheaper. And there's just so many more tools available to the independent musician that weren't there 25 years ago. We went from hanging up posters on telephone poles, you know, trying to get a crowd, to using Facebook and Twitter, all the various forms of social media. And I think it's going to liberate music, and I think you'll see a lot more choices, and it will enable more and more people to pursue their dream. And you'll do a little bit of everything yourself as an artist. So even essentially an independent artist is a record label, because you kind of have to develop those skills, or at least within your band kind of divvy up the roles so everybody can pursue different facets of the industry.
It's not the destination, it's the journey, it's the perspiration, not holding the trophy, it's reaching for something, even though you're free, taking the first step, finding your way. Sometimes a song has a life of its own. You let go and wander as you watch it unfold, 'cause you didn't know how it was going to end.
Well, I'm going to come in on the side as far as the status of the music industry and the future of the music industry. And I believe that the purpose of music is to connect with people, and people are more connected now than they've ever been, and there are those that say that, you know, it all sounds the same, particularly in the country music world, but it's working, it's successful, people like it, they're going to concerts and they're going to these festivals and they're dancing and they're singing along with the songs and they relate to the songs. So my opinion is, you know, if it's a good thing. The status of the music industry is in good shape. People are liking it, and so those that are not successful, maybe it's just they need to change what they're doing if that's what they want to do and try to get into the mainstream, or if they want to stay independent, then, you know, find a way to connect with people and be true to their own music. So that's one man's opinion.
We wrote a large part of this song on the road on the way down last March when we played here at Tarpon Point, actually.
Pretty much most of it.
Yeah. All right, ready? Yep.
It's not the destination, it's the journey, it's the inspiration, not the money, it's the motion, not the arriving, it's not the view from the top, it's the climbing. It's not the destination, it's the journey, it's the perspiration, not holding the trophy, it's reaching for something, even though you're afraid, taking the first step, finding your way.
It's an empty page, a full cup of coffee with a guitar in your hand. It's waiting for the muse to come, and you catch her if you can. And sometimes a song has a laugh of its own, and you step back and wonder as you watch it unfold, 'cause you didn't know how it was going to end.
Not the catching, it's the fishing, it's not the having, it's the getting, it's not finding the answer, it's the searching, it's not the destination, it's the journey, it's not the destination.
Hello, all you boat jammers out there. Let's drink a toast. A toast to ships. The wooden ships and the good ships and the ships that sail the sea. But the best ships are friendships, and may we always be. With his unbelievable penmanship. D-E-G-R-I-E-S. You almost wrote it.
This is Barely Cognizant, otherwise known as Barry Coggins.
Ta-da! So I can do a little suffering. It's the journey.
It's all about the copyright.
Okay, bye.
360 degrees!
It just works. Don't try.
Hey na 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 na. Hey na 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 na. Hey na 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 na. All around the world, smile and wave. Give a little back, smile and wave. Share a little love. It's the secret of life. Who knows where we might end up if we all just smile and wave. Smile and wave. Smile and wave. Smile and wave. Mark Kerr, smile and wave. Splits and takes. Smile and wave. God bless y'all. Thanks everybody involved in the journey.
Ladies and gentlemen, 360 degrees. Let's give them a big hand. Good stuff there. All right. Good material. Good stuff there.
Could live to be 100. You could die at 19. But if it ain't worth remembering, what's it really mean? Put some life in your year. Put some fun in your life. You're so caught up in playing it safe, you're missing the thrill of the ride. When it's all said and done, we're so blessed to be here. It's not the years in your life that matters most, it's the life in your years. It's not the years in your life that matters most, it's the life in your years.